Good morning, students. Today we are going to see new chapter Ionic solid. Solids are generally of two types: crystalline and amorphous solids. Solids can be crystalline or amorphous. The crystalline solids possesses highly ordered arrangement of the constituent units, that is atoms, ions or molecules. These ordered arrangement of crystalline solids are responsible for their characteristic properties. However, amorphous solids possesses random arrangement of the constituent units, that is atoms, ions or molecules. In fact, crystalline solids are never perfectly crystalline, that is ordered. So also, the amorphous material are never perfectly amorphous, that is completely random. A crystal is a homogeneous solid bound by plane faces called faces. These faces intersect at the angles which are characteristics of crystalline solid. There are many substances that offer naturally in the crystalline. There are some substances that appears to be amorphous but actually composed of microcrystalline units. Whenever we break or cut a crystal, it splits or cleaves along perfect preferred directions. All pieces of crystal possesses characteristic shapes, faces, and angles. Many substances crystallizes in more than one form, and this phenomenon is known as polymorphism. The most important characteristic property of a crystal is highly ordered periodic arrangement of the constituent atoms, ions, or molecules. For example, sodium chloride is a crystalline solid. It has definite and ordered arrangement of Na plus and Cl minus ions. Glass is not a crystalline solid because it does not exhibit the ordered arrangement of the constituent units. Plasma state is considered to be another state of matter. Glass is a supercooled liquid. Mechanical, electrical, and many other properties of crystals generally depends on the direction along which they are measured. Such a behavior is called anisotropy. However, the properties of amorphous material and do not depend on the direction of measurement. Such a behavior is called isotropy. Anisotropy is a clear indication of the presence of ordered lattice in the crystal. In gases and liquids, atoms or molecules are more randomly placed. The other important property Characteristic of a crystalline solid is the sharp melting points at which the solid turns into liquid state. Amorphous solids do not melt sharply but show gradual softening. Anything unit they starts flowing. Some points of difference between crystalline solid and amorphous solid are summarized here. Difference between amorphous and crystalline solid. We have the points of difference between crystalline solid and amorphous solid. So first crystalline solid and then amorphous solid. See the first point of difference. Crystalline solid, it is a homogeneous solid. Amorphous solid, it may not homogeneous. Second, it possesses a definite geometric shape. Amorphous solid, it does not possesses definite geometric shape. Crystalline solid, third, it has definite and orderly arrangement of atoms, ions or molecules in three-dimensional space. Amorphous solid, third, it does not have definite and orderly arrangement of constituents. Crystalline solid, fourth, the definite and order arrangement of constituents extend over a large distance. This is called as long range order. Amorphous, fourth, the arrangement of constituents does not extend over a large distance. It extends over only a few angstrom units. It has short range order. Crystalline solid, fifth, it has sharp melting point, that is, it changes sharply into liquid state. Amorphous solid, fifth, it does not have a sharp melting point. It gradually softens on heating and starts flowing. Crystalline solid, 6, crystals are bound by plane faces. Amorphous solid, 6, it does not possesses plane faces. Crystalline, 7, it is anisotropic, that is, its physical properties, electrical, mechanical, refractive index, etc., are different in different directions. 7, amorphous, it is isotropic, that is, its physical properties are the same in all directions. Crystalline solid, 8, it has unit cell. Amorphous, it does not have unit cell. 9, amorphous crystalline solid, examples are the NaCl, sulfur, sugar, etc. And examples of amorphous solids are rubber, plastic, glass. Generally, glass is considered as supercooled liquid. Crystalline solids can be broadly divided into four types. First, ionic solids. Second, covalent solids. Third, metallic solids. And fourth, molecular solids. This classification is based on the nature of the forces that bind these units. On the basis of this classification, we can understand the similarities and differences in the various properties of solids. We shall discuss only the ionic solids here. So, ionic solids with ionic bonds. Ionic solids are made up of positive and negative ions. The ions are held together by ionic bond, which results from the electrostatic interaction of oppositely charged ions. The electrostatic force of attraction between the cations and anions is called ionic bond. In sodium chloride, the Na plus Cl minus ions are held together by electrostatic force between the oppositely charged ions, and hence the compound is ionic. The formation of ionic bond takes place by the complete transfer of one or more electrons from the valence shell of an atom to the valence shell of the other atom. For example, see the reaction here. Na gaseous get converted to Na plus gaseous plus 1 electron. Then Cl gaseous can accept this electron and forms Cl minus gaseous, and then Na plus gaseous plus Cl minus gaseous ion, there is formation of NaCl solid. Usually the elements achieve octet configuration either by losing or gaining electrons. In the above process, both sodium and chlorine attain stable configuration. Other examples of ionic compounds are K2SO4, CaF2, MgO, etc. General characteristics of ionic compounds. The ionic compounds have common characteristics due to presence of ions in their lattice framework. Some of these are given here. First, ionic bond. The cations and anions in these compounds are held together by electrostatic force of attraction, which are non-directional, that is ionic bond between them. Second, hardness. Ionic solids or compounds are very hard and brittle substances. The hardness depends on the ionic charge and inter-ionic distance. It is evident from the following comparison. First, hardness increases with decreasing inter-ionic distance for crystal with similar structure and same ionic charge. Second, hardness increases with increasing ionic charge for crystal with similar structure and similar inter-ionic distance. And third, hardness is greater for substances which contains inert gas type cation than for those which contain at times with pseudo inert gas type configuration. Third, melting and boiling points. Ionic compounds possesses high melting points and boiling points. This is due to the higher degree of ionic characters and due to the fact that its strong electrostatic forces extend throughout the lattice of the solid, and they are equally strong in all directions. Large amount of energy is needed to overcome these forces and break down the crystal lattice. Fourth, electrical conductivity. In solid state, ionic compounds do not conduct electricity. This is because the ions are fixed and tightly held in their lattice position. However, the conductivity increases when the solid is heated to melt, and also when the solid is dissolved in solvent like water. In molten and solution state, ions are free. These free ions can move and hence conduct an electricity. Fifth, solubility. Ionic compounds are polar and are soluble in polar solvents with dielectric constant. Polar solvent such as water readily dissolve the ionic compounds. The solubility is due to the lowering of inter-ionic electrostatic attraction of ion solvent interaction. Ionic compounds are insoluble in non-polar solvents such as CCl4, C6H6, that is carbon tetrachloride, and benzene, etc. Water is a good solvent for ionic substances because of the higher dipole moment and high dielectric constant values and high hydration energy of ions with water. The general rule is that like dissolves like, and therefore ionic compounds are usually dissolved in ionic solvents or polar solvents. And last, ionic compounds are ionizable in fused state or in solution. So, solution of these compounds are good conductors of electricity.